we have ourselves an Age of Mythology Retold point of view game to watch. It's going to be Nock, Matty, El Matador, going to be playing the Chronos. I was just looking back at some of the point of views that we've done where we just watch from some of the top players' perspectives and ignore the rest of what's going on to see exactly what they can see. And I've not seen an Atlantean game for a while. No Chronos, Uranos, or Gaia. And El Matador, one of the best players to watch play the Atlanteans, in my opinion, especially when it comes down to building Terma, because his micro with them is so good. He is an Age of Empires 2 player as well, so that's why his micro is pretty good. He's going to be playing on the map Ghost Lake, and he's playing against the Rapple, who is going in as Super Yomi. This is Husk Soup, for anyone wondering why the picture looks a bit weird, and it looks like Rapple is stealing those goats away. The Kitsune is faster, so once it's got it, there's nothing Matty can really do. He just has to watch those goats move away. But he does have 3 scouts, so overall he should win this goat trade. Loads of goats spawn on the map of Ghost Lake. And if we move over here, we have 6 currently, which isn't actually too good. I think he's getting a little bit stitched up. Are there any that he's just missed? Maybe there's going to be some in these black bits of fog. Have a look at some of the relics that he's uncovered. If they change game plans, we've got weapon upgrades at the armory are cheaper. And we've got this one. Improves cavalry speed. Is nice if you're going for some kind of heroic age play. There's also some goats found over here. But I imagine you want to take this away from Rapple as he is playing Tsukiyomi. Tsukiyomi loves his horses. Maybe not spamming them as much as you do in other matchups, because there are catapulties, which is a great counter that Chronos does have access to. It's going to be a temple coming down in the main base. We've also not mentioned yet that this is the 2 gold mine variant of this map. So this map is known for spawning lots of different styles of gold, and it can drastically change the map. So if we count the ones that we've seen so far, we've got 2 on this side, we've got 2 on this side, and we've got 2 in the main base, and then Rapper will have 2 in his main base. There could also be more. There could be 1 tucked back here. There could be 2 more on this side. We don't know yet, but it can massively change the impact of this game. Also got Prometheus coming through. Old picture for Prometheus. And what are we going for here? Often players like a 2TC on this style of Ghost Lake, especially this one where he's got the caribou, he's got the gold mine, he's got wood lines close. It's not a bad settlement at all. If he wants to walk forward as well, he's got some of the food behind. I think this one makes a lot of sense. It's going to be Inari Okami through at 3:15 for Raffle, so he wanted to go very quickly, potentially something coming through for him. There's going to be a Joragumo. He's going to find this oracle. There is the temple. Time shifted forward just to get these Prometheans in business nice and early. But it takes a while to transfer the temple back, so you do risk losing it. I don't think it's a be-all and end-all to transfer the temple forward anymore. But players still do it anyway, because it used to take 20 seconds to get rid of this guy, move him over, and now it takes 40 seconds. But might get a Kitsune kill. Does have a nice Oracle Valor heroized, and the Joragumo might go down as well. So actually getting some good value. Maybe Joragumo doesn't go down. There's probably going to be a Miko pretty close to heal this bad girl back up. And I imagine the Prometheans are going to have to run away. But actually, looks like there's no real defenses here. The Rapple villagers can't fit through this gap. I was about to say, he hasn't left a gap. And it's going to be nice for these Prometheans to get some wax off. 1 villager goes down at least. Miko should be able to heal up the rest while the main damage dealers have gone. Nice play from Rapple, taking out the 2 that spawn after the Promethean dies. Otherwise, you're just giving him more damage. But did lose a villager, and Matty will be happy about that one. And there is going to be a town center coming up on this side. Mana going to be close to it, which does boost the rate that the settlement's going to be there. So definitely makes sense to do that one. He's also gone through the Valor God, Prometheus, which means that he's going to be valoring his citizens more than likely. If we see here, how many citizens has he got? So he's just used the 1 Valor on that one and the Valor earlier on the Scout. The Scout might have gone down unless he was... No, he's out collecting relics. He managed to get this one, which improves the movement speed of all units, which is just nice. It's just a nice to have. Speed is such a big, important factor in this game that we call Age of Mythology, probably just RTS games in general. If you can get somewhere quicker than your opponent, you can react to something even just a little bit slower, and you still get the value. It's absolutely massive. It's also finding the relic up on this side, which was the armory weapons upgrades are cheaper. And now the town center's up. Where do we go from here? There is going to be the counter barracks, so there could be some Terma, but could just be some catapulties to deal with those horses that are more than likely coming. What has he seen so far? So we did see the bushies, actually, so there should be some Terma to deal with those. Bushies are heroes that are countered by the Terma. There are some bushies there actually coming forward to deal with this citizen here, but the citizen will get the mana up in time, no problem. It's also another mana being time shifted, so it means Matty can have 4 villagers on this position and be absolutely fine. Also time shifting this guy. Where's this one going? Time shifting some back. Time shifting everything. That was a Chronos change, wasn't it? Where he can just time shift 2 things rather than 1. So there they go. 2 things at once. What was the exact change? That's a good question. So this allows you to get the 3 again, and it also makes time shifts for palaces, sentry towers, and buildings quicker. Okay. Pretty cool change. Just a little bit of a shift up. And then this is what I was expecting. Nice and early. Citizen heroes gather from everything 20% faster. And this is going to be a huge bonus. Basically paying themselves off if you manually create them. He hasn't manually created any yet, but in quite a lot of these builds, the top players do like to eventually change them. We'll see it will show up here with loads of hero dudes. Improves cavalry speed, still not picked up, which is interesting. Potentially the hero oracle is going to pick it up now. There he goes. He is on a mission. He is, even with that relic to make him a little bit faster, he is still a slow boy. So he will get over there nicely. Terma moving over here. 5.1 speed instead of the 5 speed. Does make a difference. 0.1 makes all the difference. And in comes the Termas. Termas not the best raiders, but if you can catch them out, then you might be able to get one cheeky kill. But there is a town center actually up for Rappel. Does grab that one. I imagine a little bit after Matty, just because he was under a bit of pressure earlier, but could, or, you know, built some bushes even, which would delay the town center build. But probably not that big a deal in the grand scheme of things. But the thing that is a big deal are these hero citizens. He's getting so much value from these guys. He doesn't have any upgrades yet on them. No eco upgrades. He has just got husbandry, which will fatten up his goats. He's already on the goats, which is a bit of a weird call considering he's still got berry bushes. And actually the chickens are just about to finish. So maybe just doesn't want too many citizens over on the berry bushes. So does sort of make sense. Doesn't want to be on the berry bushes out here either. Just in case there are some aggressive units coming for Apple. So a nice gentleman's agreement after the early fighting to not fight anymore. Just getting some Terma out, just so you've got something to defend, some map pressure to sort out. And actually the Kitsune is going to be running away. And Matty is heading up to the next stage. He's going to be going through Rhea. So Rhea does have the behemoths, which he could do some kind of aggression with those. Get some big damage off. There are some Naginata riders out here. I imagine some Catapulti is going to be instantly queued up, or some Mamillos if there's a barracks up. There is no normal barracks, so probably some couple of Catapultis coming out, or something along those lines. No, just more Terma. Why not? He's got plenty of food, just deciding against it. He's also getting his hand axe, pickaxe in nice manners, as we said earlier, so should be fine there. Kitsune, not tanky at all, so he will go down. Nice pullback, where that one does manage to get back, and the citizen is a little bit low HP, can Valor that one if he chooses to, and now the Catapultis come out, which are the big counters to those horses there. 4x multiply is pretty massive. The Termas taking down those expensive bushies. Look at this, 110 resources. Expensive if they go down in one shot. But there is no ballistics in yet, so if Rappel notices it, he can definitely juke these arrows. The arrows from the Terma also come out a little bit slow. They have a big wind up where other archers don't. They just fire rapidly. Also getting his Rhea's gift in, so he's going to be getting a big chunk of favor from that, or not really. 13 favor. So he's got 64 favor. Could be spending that on anything. Is it just going to be more valors? Is that going to be the plan? Normally you don't really go above 10 valors, but maybe he's just going for that. The 2 behemoths, of course, spawned, because Chronos does get double myth units spawning. So the behemoths need to get something done. Mana's moving over here. So just so the palace builds even quicker, why not? And it's just an absolute boom off for Matty here. He's also got the oracles placed in such great spots. Maybe this one is a little bit... Maybe this one isn't the best, to be honest, because he's a little bit far away. And actually, there's going to be some aggression down this bottom side, but he is going to run back. Because it's overlapping the favor, but also he's out in the middle of nowhere. Maybe it would be fine if you're trying to keep him safe, but he isn't really next to any towers. There, one catapult, he does go down there. And is it going to be? Is it going to be a fast mythic? There's nobody on food though, so he could just be pre-queuing that military barracks going down. That's wild. We're just going fast mythic. I mean, he does have a gold mine. He has a gold mine here. How many citizens? Hero citizens. Got 10 hero citizens. Building some Kyro Ballista, which are the most defensive unit pretty much in the game. Just to be sitting back here. You don't want to be bringing those out. Aranos players do, because they can garrison them inside the sky pastures, and it's really, really easy. But mostly these guys want to sit on the back line. I said a unit that was 110 resources is expensive. These guys are 200, over 200, and they go down so quickly. It's just going to be farms up. It is just going to be spamming farms up. Wow. Absolute boom off. Economic Guild Plow going to be coming through, which is the extra boost on your farms. And he did actually find some citizens on the deer and the aurochs back here. I don't think he spotted this earlier until the oracle came out. So nice find. Gonna have at least 1,000, 200, 400 more food, and that's plenty to get up to the next stage. He's also grabbing his mail upgrade, which is great for all of your hack armor units. Gets more hack armor for those bad boys. Makes the destroyers really tanky too. If he was to go Leto also, Leto does give you the pierce armor upgrade. So if you go Leto and then Rhea, you get increased infantry, pierce, and hack, which can make them pretty ridiculous if you're going for some kind of big destroyers or something like that. Even Heart of the Titans to get your heroes quicker. And Rappel, I mean, he's sniffing something out. He knows something's afoot, because Matty, probably one of the most aggressive top players, isn't doing anything. He ran forward with his Terma, but that's it. He's maybe poked the bear twice and just gone, actually, nah. And Rappel has so many units here and wants to get something done with them. It's also actually such a great play from Matty, because these Naginata Riders at 13 minutes in aren't even medium, and the Japanese get that for free just by fighting you. So he's really limiting that one, which is a great shout considering the map layout. Also, he's also going through Atlas, or JA Atlas, as it is in this Streamer Pack mod. And we've got the Swamp Plan coming in, and that will scare Matty away. He's got some mostly fast units, so should be able to escape the Kappas before they spawn in. And the boys are running away. But this is Rappel's chance to shine, definitely. He's got the counter units jumping on the Termas, jumping on the Kyro Ballista. Kyro Ballista goes down. As we said, that's an absolutely massive hit. There is a palace over here, but it's nowhere near in range. No little cheeky wall, nothing like that. And Rappel has got so many units in here. Matty's units are just coming in, spawning in, dying, spawning in, dying. So rough. The destroyers do manage to tank up for a little bit, and let there be a little bit of respite. But some damage was definitely taken. The score lead for Matty earlier was absolutely crazy. Mainly, the score goes a bit wild when you have hero citizens, but you have paid for them also, so... Actually, he only really paid Valors. He literally hasn't made a single one. So, nice play there. Heroic Age just in for our Tsukiyomi player, but he's about 10 seconds away, Matty that being, from an implode. It'd be absolutely huge to take down all of these low HP units. Always better to use it on low HP units. It's exactly where it's going, because it does a flat rate of damage that I believe is 80. It changes in so many of these patches, but I believe it's 80 right now, so most of these units should either be dead or very low HP. Yeah, this guy survived with 10. Maybe it's 100. Wow. Brutal. There was a little bit of a raid that came up on this side. Didn't see what there was, but there was a little bit of a counter attack on the top side, but did manage to fend off with some of the citizens. And now Matty does recover from that annoying, pesky guy that actually wants to come in and play the game. He wants to come in and fight. And Matty hasn't wanted to fight up until now. 15 minutes in, he's like, right, now I'm in. And he has stabilized again. Obviously, he was ahead anyway, but that is his big Mythic Age God Power Spike down. Whereas Rappel on the other side, he will still have access to his one. So that could swing the tides a little bit later. Houses going down, but this is Matty's moment to really strike now. He's grabbing some upgrades here from Atlas. So he's getting the Fanatic upgrade, where they do more damage when they miss some HP. And he's getting the Destroyer upgrade. What is this? Destroyer upgrades, pierce attacks. Okay. Less vulnerable to pierce attacks. For some reason, I forgot this upgrade existed. Absolutely wild. Second new moon. What was the new moon on? Oh, Armory. I wonder what the first new moon was on then. If that one was on the Armory, maybe it was on the Temple or something like that. Maybe Towers were... Yeah, he doesn't have Tenchu, so no, it wasn't on the Towers. That's wild. 125 favor that is for that one. It's been nerfed twice since the release. So it's 125 favor when before it was 100. And it only researches 3 techs now, whereas before it would research everything that you have access to in that building. So if you used it in the Armory, in the Heroic Age, you would have like 5 techs or something like that to grab. It's absolutely crazy. Crazy value. There is a big Shogun here, so the Argus do have to be a little bit scared of that. The Force Archers, or just Yumi Archers on the backside, plus the horses here. There are no real Termers left over for Matty, which would be a great shout against these Yumi Archers. The Fanatics are just going to get brutalized. How many Destroyers are there? There are 6. They're going to be the great front line. And then the nice micro coming in from Matty with his Hero Arcus. Hero Arcus should deal big damage to these Naginata Riders. If there isn't that many of them, the same with the Samurais. Need to just take out that Samurai there. Does manage to snipe a Miko while it was running away as well. This is what I mean when Matty's micro is just insane. He does need to back up, though. You can see the military numbers here. I mean, he can see it in the game without needing to see that he's 40 behind. He sees there's more blue than red. And more blue than red equals bad time. Actually, Rappel did manage to grab a 3rd town center kind of not that long ago. Or maybe it was. We haven't managed to see this for a while. But he's really caught up in the score. It's very, very close now. Looks like he's trying to get to the Mythic Age as well himself. A couple of wayward units. Nice to see that it isn't just me that does that. Loses 2 units for free. I'm definitely known for that, not updating my waypoint. For anyone that wants to know how to do that consistently and always get your waypoint better, set up and select all military buildings hotkey and then update your waypoint that way. Anyway, big Swampland coming in. Another big chunk of favor spent. It's like he's playing Susano here, but the Destroyers are in their element here, but do manage to take down the town center easily. The big ball of Yumi Archers on the backside, though, is the scary thing. We need more Destroyers. Destroyers, they're good because they tanked for a while, but look how much damage they do. It is not enough. He needs Arcus or Terma or something. He's got 4 Arcus. That isn't enough. The heroes are able to sit in the Swampland, but that's it. Looks like Rappel does try and grab the town center again. Matty says, nope, definitely not allowing you to have that one. He needs to secure his own at some point. Even if he doesn't want to build it yet, even though he does have the resources, he could just drop a couple of military buildings over there just to get the vision to make sure that his opponent doesn't sneak it. Oh, there's a castle coming up, and that's a nice find for these Destroyers. Before the building's up, these Destroyers do mad damage to it. It's going to go down. The Destroyers are really putting in work. But again, against the units, they are not good. The Samurais will eat them alive. I think they're pretty good against villagers. Heavy units of any kind is good against a villager. You heard it here first. There's going to be Mythic Age coming in for Rappel. We don't know that as Matty, though. So you do have to watch out for that one. But you can assume that if he's gone 3 TCs, his eco's probably good enough to spam out all these units and hit Mythic Age at this point in the game. And there is going to be all the God Powers again. So actually, that's a really nice recast of all of those. So that's his 3rd new moon coming in. Because it doesn't matter how many times you've recast these, it goes back to free. So if you've done like 10 Swamplands and it's costing you hundreds and hundreds, you use this and it's back to the same recast cost of the second one. I don't think the Destroyers win this, you know. There's just not enough of them. The Yumi Archers, they have the smallest bonus multiplier against them, but it's just the same thing. The Destroyers just aren't doing the damage. There are some Arcus in though now. Also 3 Terma. The 3 Terma are going to be putting in work, or at least they're going to be trying to. Where are all Matty's units? Are they just all running in? It must be because, yeah, he does have fortified town centers, but he doesn't have the third TC. I think he's trying to grab this one. He's probably going to bring some villagers forward pretty soon. Nice play on this gold mine. So it did turn out that there were a couple more gold mines. We've got 3 gold mines on this side and the 2 on this side. Is there going to be potentially one in the corner? Probably not. Gold mine secured nicely, and a market started up. This is what we like to see. When you're on this map with just no gold, and also this is a great spot for an oracle. I believe Rappel must have grabbed this TC, or at least doing exactly what I suggested, which is start to build buildings around it, so you know if your opponent's going to sneak it. And now the Onmarakis come out, and these are the premium flying unit, one of the best Mythic Age flying units there is. And Matty, I was about to say he's got a great counter in the Hero Arcus, but he's got a better counter in just stealing it for himself. These guys spawn the little wretches, and the wretches are kind of like minions for the mummies, and they just tank for absolute days. But Hero Arcus are going to be no match for them, really. All the Fanatics coming out. What Fanatics upgrades do we have? So we've got that one, the missing HP, and the extra hack armor. So these guys, these are scary. They're scary, scary units. Castle coming up on this side. This Oracle is going to be bailing. He will be able to get out. 17 seconds till this guy's up, so it's going to be running away. And actually Matty goes, well, I'm just going to rotate over there, the Rotatos over to the other side. And the castle coming up on this side as well. Maybe that's why Matty goes, actually, I'm going to stay here because I need to secure one of these. Being in Matty's position here, he doesn't want to kind of be sat between both and not have an idea. There was a great bike road to dodge loads of these arrow fire and just send the 3 units over here instead. There is a deconstruct, so 1 castle on its own is never enough against Kronos unless you're Isis and you have a monument to stop him. But for everybody else, you need 2 if you want a castle up on a position. Oh, you need deconstruct to be down. It is down for 2.5 minutes. But the destroyers coming in. And yeah, look how tanky these guys are. It's absolutely ridiculous when you get that upgrade, which makes the hack armor. So now they've got hack armor and pierce armor, and they are 89% pierce armor. So hard to take these things down. And just, I think there was another one. Just 4 dudes. Will they be able to take it down? Even if he doesn't, so much distraction time just from these 4 units. I don't think it's going to happen. While it's going on, he was pushing back this side. It was just the Yumi horse archers running away. I'm calling them Yumi horse archers. The Yumi archers without their horses running away, and they are actually going after the destroyers rather than the Hero Arcus on the backside. The Hero Arcus they can't really hit because they are 18 range to the 20 range of the Arcus here, so Matty would just pull back, no problems. So a huge attack coming from this side. So Rappel did manage to stop the aggression on this side. Did stop that small little investment of 4 destroyers. I need to do something about this side. He does need a 3rd TC at some point in this game. There's going to be behemoths going after castles. Going to be no problem. 3,600 HP. Wow, that 10 shoot is crazy. Destroyers on this side as well. Destroyers up against what Rappel's built is just a great shout also, because maybe you would think up against the Japanese it seems like a bit of a strange choice, because Destroyers are just going to get chopped up by those Samurai with the bonus multiplier against the guys. These do have more hack armor than most Destroyers, but still, it's mainly a pierce armor unit, and you can just see that these Yumi archers are tickling with little feathers, these guys, doing absolutely nothing. I think they're going to be more tanky than this behemoth here. Don't think it's worth building behemoths, but yes, he's got all this favor. Might as well use it on something. What other myth units would he build at this stage? The Arcus are okay, but against a load of archers, they're just going to take them down really quickly. He is managing to secure the settlement on that side very nicely. Yes, looking at some of the god powers. I mean, you don't save up for an implode at this point. Implode is good when your opponent doesn't really have the eco to just rebuild the army. But if he was to save up 350 resources, whack it down, kill off, even if it killed off everything, it wouldn't. But even if it did, it is not worth it in the slightest. The traitors are just going to get more and more expensive, and Rappel probably won't build any units that need traitoring. And the Valor's 13 favor to make something a hero when you could just spend the food and gold to do that instead. Yeah, I think there's just not much he can really spend. So if he can catch, this is how you use it. Somewhere where there's no real units around, where it's just the villagers, he's going to have to build out an Onimusha. But you see that? It's just ridiculous. These poor guys. But with how much favor he's got, it's basically just 250 food. Look how much food he's got as well. Why not? Why not whack these guys out? Samurai's going to be spawning. Fanatic's going to be taking care of those. No problem. Poor behemoths, man. Buff the behemoth. Make him more tanky. He does have like this cute little thing where if he's attacked from the front, he takes less damage. But then you know about that. So I mean, these players at this level are going to know about that. So you just attack him from the side or behind, and he falls pretty quickly. Rappel is coming in with a decent amount of units though. Again, he's up to the old champion units, champion Yumi archers. Going to be dealing big damage. Is there enough samurais from the blue side though? There's not enough. Quick enough, at least, because the town center goes down again. Destroyer is probably going to be trading their life for it, but keeping your opponent down a town center when you've secured this one, always great. There's a gold mine on this front side. Potentially could grab a palace. Yeah, it's going to slowly palace creep up. I believe this is his starting gold mine as well. Wild that there's a starting gold mine left at 26 minutes in. Saving this for later. But when you want to save gold mines, you normally want to save the back one. Because the front one you want to grab very early. I imagine the reason Rappel didn't grab the forward gold mine first was that he's up against Kronos, and he's more susceptible to a Kronos rush if it's right on the front. So maybe I can understand that. But the fortified town center again. Destroyers are the boys going to be able to take these out. I'd love to see how much damage a unit type does, because if we double click on them, we can see how many they've done. So they've killed one building, they've done 3k damage here, which is really, really nice. But I want to see the grand total of what the Destroyers managed to do in this whole game. How many buildings they took down, how much damage they did to them. It'd be pretty ridiculous. Temple going to be going down just instantly. And the Arcus against the normal archer here. I don't know who wins this fight when they're close. These guys do 10 damage per second versus 8.8. So there's your answer. Guess these guys have more. No, they have the same armor, same HP. So the Arcus just has more range. So if they're really close to each other, then the Yumi Archer wins. In a straight up fight though, these guys do shoot quicker. I think that can't be understated. The Yumi Archer is does a lot of damage, but then it takes a while before his next attack, so you might have died from somewhere else. More behemoths coming in. Just the last behemoth left. Can he take out some houses or something? Taking out houses is actually not a bad idea at this point, when your opponent wants to be just building as many units as he possibly can just to defend you. Just take out the houses so that just for a few seconds at least you can deal with that. Another Swampland. It is just like playing Susano. It's crazy. Also a pre-queue of Secrets of the Titans. There's not enough wood in the bank, but might as well go for it. Up 3-2 TCs and a palace right in the face. A great spot. Watchtowers coming up as well. There are some watchtowers on this bottom side that Rappel needs to secure his market on this side. But Matty knows what he's after. Is the Sacred Gate, is that something that you're able to steal away and then your things are cheaper? Your god powers are cheaper? That's wild. I mean, I know it is, but I mean, wow. Not something that you'd normally see, really. Manners coming in just to make these towers built even quicker. The Destroyer Arcus combo, still a thing. Well, we barely see Destroyers really get made. Normally, a lot of civilizations have just a fantastic counter to them, like the Axeman or Paspis or something like that. But even the Samurai are. But the Arcus paired with them mean that the Samurai that are really slow try and come in, take out the Destroyers, and the Arcus just delete them before they even get close. Nice play from Matty. I don't know whether the Mythic play might have been a bit greedy here very early on, but then he did get the implode to bring it back, and then it was just a nice game after that. So well played.